What is up guys, Woo here, back again with another Division 2 build video, and in today's video guys we are talking about crowd control. Buffing your teammates, buffing yourself in terms of you want to deal some extra damage on NPCs because they are super tanky, and this build stands well above head and shoulders most builds that are put together, because this is crowd control build. This is, you're dealing some really good high explosive damage, some crazy bleed damage over time, so some sustained damage. I like this build. I really like this build. I'm using it a lot. And don't get me wrong, you are not the artillery guy who's going to stand at the back and just continue to fire the artillery turret, the Batista bomb. It's not that. This is like a healer build where you're going up front and personal, because you need to deliver that hive. You need to get that hive up in their faces, so it is melting them with their consistent bleed and their status effects that are continual. But guys, I'm talking too much. Let's take a look at the build. Yes guys, Woo here, another Division 2 build video, and what am I doing? There you go, that's a little bit better. I thought that would cover the whole screen and it didn't, but anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of footage. This is my status effect crowd control build, PvE. Guys, trust me, it will do wonders in PvP as well. Of course you are squishy, yes it is a skill build, but it is a lot of fun rolling with this. You have to be on your toes. It's not this sit in the back and just spam skills. I don't play like that. That's not how the intention of this build is set out. It's all about getting there, getting the skills in there that will buff your teammates, making sure you are accurate with your headshots, because you need to buff, yes, you need to buff your skills with this. And also you can switch to your secondary that will deal some extra damage via the talent Perfect Sadist. Anyway, let's take a look at the build. Okay guys, I'll start from the top. I'm rolling with the Survivalist Specialization. Why am I rolling with that? One reason, and the reason is the 10% extra damage that you guys will earn. Yep, you will get when I have my status effects out. And with this build, you will get a lot of status effects. Simple. The way I've set this out is I want to deal, yes, some nice damage. I've not invested fully into skill damage or fully into skill haste, but I've spec'd a lot into status effects, because what I want to do is I want that damage over time. I want that consistent, continual tick of bleed, because what that will do, that will give my teammates the extra 10% damage, and in heroic and especially legendary content, that will pay dividends. And not to mention, there's some nice explosive damage on the build. I'm using a talent called Explosive Delivery, so once again I aim my skills at the feet of an enemy within a 5-meter radius, they will go boom. So guys, Survivalist Specialization for that extra 10% status effect damage for your teammates. Yes guys, really good way to roll with this. What you could do, you could switch this out and use the Technician Specialization. Use one of your pieces as an armor piece to give you that much more survivability in legendary content, and that's probably the route I'd go down. But as this stands, heroic, you are laughing all the way to the bank. Should make that a catchphrase. Anyway guys, let's woo this. So, Survivalist, happy days. Now let's take a look at the gear itself. What I've opted for is the China Light Industries Corporation 3-piece. Now the first bonus from the brand set is 15% explosive damage, then 10% skill haste, and then 10% status effects. You can see now why I've opted to go down that route. As much possible status effects means the duration is going to be even longer, and that's what I want on the build, because I want my NPCs ticking and ticking, because all I can see is my teammates just buffing themselves by giving that extra 10% damage, and I like that. That's what I've opted for in this build. So skill damage, skill haste, and a 10.1% skill haste mod. Now the chest piece. The chest piece is the second piece of China Light, so it's status effects, there's health, and the skill haste. I'd like to switch out health for, again, more skill haste, or maybe even skill damage. Unfortunately, I've not got the perfect chest piece for this yet. But the talent, Explosive Delivery. Whenever you throw a skill, 1.5 seconds after landing, it creates an explosion, damaging enemies within 5 meters. Damage scales with skill tier, dealing 25 to 100% damage of a concussion grenade at once per skill. And again, rolling this with a Seeker Mine is sensational. You drop it at the feet of an NPC, they will get 2 explosions. The first explosion being the concussion grenade, dealing an extra 100% damage. And then you're going to get your, yes, the Seeker Mine blow. And again, also using my secondary skill, which is the Hive Stinger. As soon as it's down, the explosion drops. It works a treat. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to get the extra damage from, say, glass cannon, as an example. But still, this is a very viable option. I wanted to showcase this on this build because it works a bloody treat for me. Now the holster is Wyvern Wear. I've opted for 2 pieces. 10% skill damage, nice, I need it. And 10% status effects. Again, key to the duration of the continual tick of bleed. On this, hazard protection and some more status effects. Now onto the knee pads. The knee pads is the third piece of China Light. So I've got status effects and skill haste as the attributes. The gloves is golden gear, and I'm rolling that because again that extra 10% status effects, which is nice. This was rolled to weapon damage of about 8.4% or something useless. So what I've done, I've taken that off and put on skill tier, and I've got skill damage and status effects, and that's exactly what I want. I just wish the rolls were a little bit higher. And onto the backpack, it is the second piece of Wyvern Wear. So skill damage, status effects, armor regen, which is okay, status effects, and the skill haste mod. Ideally, I would like skill haste or again skill damage to do some more damage on this build. Now also, the talent tech support. Skill kills increase total skill damage by 25% for 20 seconds. Tech support is a decent talent. It's not the most OP talent of all. You could use the Costa's Go Bag, which again will gain you an extra 10% status effects, and also that really good skill haste, accruing your skills back quicker, or your second skill back quicker. That is also an option, but this is something that if you don't have any exotics, if you don't have the Costa's Go Bag, then this is the way I would set this build up. It's really, really strong. Now, in terms of the weapons, the first weapon is, this is non-negotiable. You need this. The Everlasting Gaze. And as you can see, this is a rifle. Rifles are the meta by a long stretch at present. See with this 170k damage. 11% rifle damage, 15% critical hit damage, and 9.5% critical hit chance, which I've rolled onto it to deal some more damage on this build. The talent, Perfect Perpetuation. Headshots grant plus 50% status effect damage and duration to the next status effect you apply. Yeah, it's really good. There is a cooldown of 16 seconds, we know. That's a little bit naff, but still, what this will do for you, and again, in harder content, this is going to give NPCs that tick, elite enemies, that consistent tick for a long period of time. And I'll demonstrate in the range very shortly. Once we're going over the build, I'll show you how long they tick for, and it's a stupid amount of time. Cooldown is 16 seconds. You will need this on any kind of status effect build. Perpetuation as a minimum. Perfect Perpetuation, bit of a tongue twister. That is even better because the cooldown on Perpetuation is 20 seconds. Perfect is 16 seconds. So guys, this is what I will go for. My secondary is Carnage. And why I'm using this high-end LMG is because of the talent Perfect Sadist. Deal plus 25% weapon damage to bleeding enemies. After 3 kills, applies bleed to the next enemy you hit. It's just about garnering extra damage from this weapon. And again, once you've got someone on bleed, switch to this and just absolutely push as many bullets into them as possible. It really, really does some nice work on this build. It is really, really good. And that 25% damage is really cool. And given that tick is going to be going for so long, so guys, yeah, it is a good talent to have on the build. Now, if you didn't want to opt for this, what I would look at something like Spike or Perfect Spike. That will give you the extra 25% skill damage. Again, that is a nice trick to have on the build. Now, in terms of the sidearm, it is simply the backup boomstick. It's there for show. I like this little shotty. There it is. That's enough of that one. Now, let's take a look at the skills. The first skill is the Seeker Mine, the Explosive Seeker. And as you can see, I'm skill tier 6, 60% damage, 30% radius, and yes, 20-second cooldown. I'd love that to be a little bit lower. Again, a little bit more skill haste on the build. You'll get that down to about 17, 18 seconds. And the damage is 2, 6, 3, 4, 4, 6, 8. Now with this, way I look at it is, yes, you are missing out on a little bit of explosive damage. That is correct. That is spot on. The way you could justify this is, again, that bleed, that consistent tick of damage is nice. It is really, really nice. And you're garnering the extra 25% damage from your carnage as well. So this is a way I would look at it. If you could go in all skill damage, and yes, guys, they would do a trick, but I like that consistent, that tick of bleed. Again, I love buffing teammates. That's what this build is all about. In terms of the mods, there's damage, health, and skill haste. Now, my secondary skill, or whatever way you want to look at it, is the Hive Stinger. And this, yes, guys, is a really nice Hive Stinger. It's really good. I like this. Now, if you have the costs go back, yes, of course, you can get some more range, yes, but we're not talking about exotics in this video. This is if you don't have any, this build will also shred. You're going to get 6 Stinger charges, yeah, 6 extra, 60% damage, plus 30% range and 420% health. And that is dealing 717k damage per tick. That's nice. Charges of 18 and the refill speed is 2.7. Again, extra skill haste in the build will help this setup. Damage, Stinger charges, and health. And again, if you're concerned about the mods on this weapon, the Everlasting Gaze, I've opted for weapon handling, critical chance, stability, and rounds. And on the Carnage, I have accuracy, reload speed again, and stability. And that's what you got from the build. Now let's take a look at the stats, so you can just have a quick look through. Again, this is based on my Perfect Perpetuation Everlasting Gaze. You can see the nice damage there. 14.5% crit chance, 40% crit damage, 60% headshot damage. With this, you want to be as accurate as possible because you need to hit those headshots. Once you hit those headshots, you're in a place where you can deal some nice damage on this build. Skill haste 62.5. Of course, you want to get that to about 70, 75%, and this build will be even stronger. So guys, you've seen the setup, you've seen how I'm rolling. Now let's take a look how powerful this tick is. And of course, guys, this could be better. This is not min-maxed. This is in a very, very good place. Could be better. Let's take a look. These enemies, look at them. These bad boys, bullet sponge enemies. Let's see if they can take some damage. So what we're going to do is pop a headshot. That's Perfect Perpetuation procced. Let's just throw, I'll tell you what, we'll throw the Seeker Mine right in the middle of them. And we're going to get explosive delivery first. And then boom. Now just watch the tick. 60k ticks. And it's going. And it's still going. And it's still going. And there you have it. You've seen that extra tick. It's going on for a crazy amount of time. So you're looking... That is going to go on for about 20 seconds pretty much. Let's try it with the Hive Stinger. Just see how powerful it is with that. Again, well, let's pop the headshot because, again, it's activated. There you go. And let's just pop that in the middle. So we're on 5 seconds. As you see there, guys. Yep. So this 46k. It's on about 6 seconds, in fact. Tell a lie, it weren't 5 seconds. So again, 6 seconds. It's still burning. It's still bleeding. And they'll go off around about now. There you go. So it's about 18, 19 seconds. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool indeed. And again, I'll just throw a sneaker just to blow these buggers up and they're gone. But you see that you don't get that extra tick for that amount of time, which is crazy. So you're getting that extra status effect, want damage and duration on the Hive Stinger alone for about 18, 19 seconds. And again, that'll be the same with the Seeker Mine. That's how strong this setup can be. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments section. Again, this is perfect for heroics, legendary, because you are offering that status effect duration, which is key in those elements of the game. And of course, guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more Division 2 content, guys. Peace.